Hey everybody, welcome to Behavior Bites. My name is Brad.
And I'm Mike, and we're also joined by our producer, Aaron.
Hello.
So today is part 2 of our series on using questions as interventions for behavior. And we're going to focus today on diffuser type questions.
Yeah, so this is all about power struggles, right, you guys? So when you find yourself in a situation with a student who really wants to engage you in an argument or in a debate, we're going to ask questions to diffuse that situation.
Yeah, and we all know that kid, that one kid that's, it almost seems like their favorite part about school is being able to fight with the teacher, to engage with that teacher, and just that kind of power struggle they really
and some of them are really good at it, right? Yeah. Mike, talk about why that's so important.
So if a student's trying to engage in that power struggle, they want a back and forth. They're expecting a back and forth. That's what they see in their mind happening. If we throw something at them, a question at them, think of it as like rerouting that thought process in their head.
Yeah. I one time heard it said like this. If a kid's superpower is arguing, then asking strategic questions is the kryptonite to that.
Yeah, that's a great analogy on that one. So let's do an example here. So pretty classic scenario, a kid that is ready to kind of just go at it with you a little bit, and they can say, "This is stupid." We've all heard that.
Yeah.
Most teachers have heard that. And if we can respond with, "Why do you think that?"
Yeah. So this is what I call like a complaint statement, right? And here's the thing about complaint statements is they're one-dimensional. Normally, if a kid is making that, or a person is making that kind of a statement, they're just trying to get a response. They're not really thinking about the why. So by asking them, "Why did you do that?" Right? What does it do?
Yeah, that why, it interrupts their thought process.
Yeah. So when the kid says that to me and I come back with, "Why do you think that?" And then they come back with, "Well, this is really hard." Well, guess what? Now I can say, "Oh, well, let me help you out with that." And now I'm not engaging in a power struggle. I'm partnering. I'm helping solve the problem.
Okay, Mr. Hoffman, what are you going to do if that kid doesn't respond at all?
All right. So I say, "Oh, why do you think that?" And they either don't say anything at all, or they say anything other than an answer to my question. Then what I'm going to say is I'm going to end it by saying, "Hey, I want you to think about that, and I'll be right back. I'm going to go help this other kid, and I'll come back over." If I'm not there, can you argue with me?
No.
No. And what I did, I'm gone, right? And I've interrupted the thought process. I've also given that student think time. I've given that kid processing time to figure out how it's going to go. And when I come back over, they might have some really creative, smart alecky answer, and that's okay. Then I'll address that way. But what I did was I got myself out of that power struggle in the moment.
Yeah, I think it's great. Now, we used a pretty specific example here, but sort of that pattern and that flow of that, it works for any of those kind of challenging statements. I don't like school, you're the worst teacher ever, or any of those kids that will always find something to argue about with the content you're doing. This works really, really good in all of those situations.
Yeah. Guys, practice this, get good at it, have some fun with it. And in the meantime, go forth, do good things.